Alright, Shalom. The Hebrew Israelites coming week in and week out to prophesy the downfall, destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that you're the biblical Israelites, and it's time for you to repent, and the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So before we get into today's lesson, we're going to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, which are the true leaders of all Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Okay? So we're going to get into the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? We see everything that's going on all throughout the world. Okay, the plagues. That the Lord send upon this place. Right? All these things are in effect, as we see. Okay?
Started, man.
It's a spiritual battle.
Because Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Hey, Al-Gil, we're going to wait for this madness to get past, man. See? Niggas couldn't wait to come outside, man. You see? Hey, that's all Jake was waiting for, bro. Jake was waiting for things to ease up a little bit to roll back outside, man. You see, but these things ain't gonna be very soon, man. The days that we living in, Jake playing games, all that shit's about to be done and over with, man. Jake mocking the prophets, Jake ignoring the men of the Lord. Okay, y'all keep doing what y'all want to do. Because the days of marrying, the days of joy, the days of mirth, all that's about to be out. Okay? Hey, famine's coming. You see? A famine's coming to this place very shortly. And Jake ain't gonna know how to act once a famine comes. Go ahead, bro. So we're going to what we was going to.
Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Right, the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. And we know this place, America, Babylon the Great, is also known as what? Spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. Bring it out, bro.
Revelation 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right, see? And we're in that place now. Spiritually, Sodom and Egypt, man. What does Egypt represent to us? To the Israelites? Bondage, captivity, right? This place is what? Spiritually Sodom and Egypt, because it passes the bullshit, wicked decree laws of man on man madness to run rapid all throughout the city of that great city America. See? And guess what? Great city America is what? The mother of all harlots. So guess what? The other nations look on this place, right? And they drink the juice of this place.
Is that how you think?
They adopt the customs of this place, man. See, when you look at different places around the world, right? They started to leave off from their ancient customs and what? Started to follow the customs of where? America, Babylon the Great, the great whore. All the nations around the world is sleeping with this whore, man. I got a precept to that? Right, all the nations of the world is what? Sleeping with this whore. You see? So this place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Even when you look at the symbols of this place in America, it goes most of the symbols go back to what? Egypt. The pyramids, that's on your dollar bill. The obelisk disc around the world, even different places around the world is named after places in Egypt, like Memphis, Tennessee, yeah. You see? All go back to Egypt. Let's talk about the customs, the makeup, the weave, the embalming,
Yep.
right? All go back to Egypt.
All right. Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that have made all the earth drunken.
All the earth is drunk by the juice of Babylon the Great.
The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad.
The nations are mad. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so not only are the nations angry, but they gone completely crazy, man. You know, they twisted everything that they had before, their ancient customs, like the brother said. Now they've taken on the customs and the ways of Babylon the Great. This place is like the epitome of success. It's like a waking dream to the other nations to to come here. But now the wickedness is being revealed in this place. The filthiness, shameful spewing is upon the glory of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man.
Right, because the brothers was just talking about how all the nations are drinking this juice over here. They're drinking their philosophy, right? Their democracy, right? And their witchcraft, man. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look upon their nakedness. Right, so hey, you got Babylon the Great, okay, also known as America, who pushes out wickedness all throughout the earth, right? And they try to enforce all their philosophies on these different nations, man. Yeah. Right, that's why you have these different Israelites, these Arabs over there. They're not having it, man. Right, they're pushing women's right and all these different democracy. Right, basically trying to destroy their country. Right. Not only are they doing that to them, but they're doing it to the children of Israel, man.
Right. And what does the scripture say about the beast, which represents Esau, Edom's system? Right. It says that he had 2 horns. He spake as a lamb. Oh, but what is it? 2 horns as a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. Right. So really, he comes and he pushes these things. He makes these nations drunk with his philosophies, his different things. They change their way of life. But really, it's to weaken them.
Yep.
Really, it's to make the nations weak enough for him to come and take over. Yep. He's slowly indoctrinating them with his system so that he can just come in and just completely overthrow everything. Yep. So he comes peaceably. This will help you, but really, he's breaking down their stronghold.
Right. And I'd hop up to verse 5, just to let you know that this is talking about America, which America is known as the melting pot. Right. It says, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, meaning his philosophies, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Right? He goes into these other countries trying to get their resources. It's like the brother was saying.
Right. Meanwhile, this devil can't handle the things that's going on in his own land. Then he's going to other countries, telling them how they should run things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. Before what's his name? Gaddafi. Before Gaddafi and what's the other dude's name? Gaddafi, Hussein. Hussein, the rest of those people over there, right? And their countries was flourishing. Yeah. You see, Gaddafi and them had it to the point where people was getting free health care. Yep. You know, people
they had places to live for free.
Places to live. You know, when people got like married and stuff like that, they gave them portions of their own land. Yeah. They was good. But when you look at these places now, these places are in complete shambles, man. Yep. You see, they wasn't talking about like Gaddafi. I believe it was Gaddafi or Saddam Hussein, one of them. They used to ride around, right? They used to ride around in the whatever the vehicles was, and with his body sticking out. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And his people loved it. Yep. You know? But look at the presidents of America, bro. They gotta have what? Armored limos and shit. Yeah. Why? Because they be destroying the people, man.
That's right.
See? Right. When it says when the wicked rules, the people mourn.
That's right.
Yeah. You all right, bro?
Yeah. Hey, man, those people was flourishing, like the brother said, man. Gaddafi was about ready to switch over to using gold as a currency. Yep. They had an abundance of resources, man. You know.
Osama bin Laden. You see? Hey. Esau made it to the point where those people were labeled as terrorists, or they was labeled as villains for real, bro. Yeah. But them people took care of their people, man, over in their land. Their people loved them.
That was the point I wanted to make. So, like when you said it earlier. They make them, they can't handle their own affairs, but then they go over there and they sticking their noses in places where things is actually going all right. Yeah. They were saying that Gaddafi was mistreating his people, but how when you see the footage, like the bro said, of him sticking his whole body out the car? But all the weapons over there, don't you think he would have got killed?
But that's the witchcraft, that's the media tactics that Esau uses to push to the world to say, you know what, we're that great country, we need to step in. Yep. We're the country of peace, right? We're the country of peace, but I might be off on the numbers. When you look at it, and a brother may look it up, America, since America been ruling, what is it, 272 years or something like that? 222, right? Yeah. And it's out of what? 217? Let me look it up. Look it up real quick, bro. But the numbers is astounding, bro. Really, America only had about what? I'm gonna say roughly 10, 15 years of peace. The rest of the time they was at war. They was at war. So wait a minute. So that's the deception they use across the world to say, you know what? These people is terrorists. We need to step in because we're the ones that make a difference. But we're showing you the difference that it's making. It's making them drunk with the wine of Babylon, man, and destroying these places, man. But going back to the Bible, biblical prophecy is going to go to what? Where these nations shall hate the whore. You see? You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring it out.
This is an article, and it's on Global Research. It says America has been at war 93% of the time. 222 years out of 239 years.
There you go. There you go, bro. So y'all been ruling, you know, or America is giving you the years of, you know, how 200 out of 222 years, or out of 239, 222 years, they've been dropping bombs on nations. They've been utterly destroying nations with this blessing, this sword. You see? So they didn't bring nothing but peace. I mean, they didn't bring peace, but they brought nothing but destruction. Right? Somebody read John 10 and 10 real quick. You got a precept?
Yeah, go ahead. This is precept going into what the bro's talking about. This is Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet there were drawn swords.
Right, you see? So he like the brother said, he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. So he pushes out there as that peace. You know, he comes with this smooth guile and deception, but really, he's thinking about how he can destroy you. That's how he comes, you know? How he can extort you, destroy you, deceive you, manipulate you. However, man, however way for him to get that complete takeover. That John 10 is in. Bring it out.
This is John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
There you go, man. See, because through your y'all good. Y'all good. Through your how about we got life more abundantly. You see, we are actually living. We're actually breathing. You see, we got that breath. We got that wisdom. That wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the Holy Spirit. You see, we're living. We're not as what the dead Israelites. As we going into what Revelation 11 and 8. You see, you might have to read that again, bro.
Also, too, just tying in with how we go to, right? I looked up who's the head of the United Nations. Okay, and it's this guy named Antonio Guterres or something like that. But the Secretary General of the United Nations, okay, they're basically the headquarters is in New York. The headquarters of all the UN is in New York. You know, so this is like at the epicenter of Esau's kingdom. Okay, so that would make Esau put himself at the head. In the UN, they proclaim to be trying to do world peace type of things. You can go through, it's fine. They try to do world peace things. You know, how can we make everything work together? That's what the United Nations is for. To be united and have unity. You know, but really, like we just read, like the brother just read in the article, 93% of the time that America's been in rulership, they've been at war. So how they the head of an organization that's supposed to be bringing peace?
Right.
That don't make no sense.
Unity.
Unity. So Revelation. Want that again?
Yes.
Revelation 11 and 8, it said, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, so whose dead bodies is it speaking about? It's talking about the Israelites that is spiritually dead. What is scripture? What is it? Proverbs 21 and 16. He who remaineth in he who wandereth by the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead, bro. And so this great city we know is America, Babylon, and Great. See, and our people are walking around the city spiritually dead. They zombified. There's a month so hard like this. They zombified.
Why wouldn't this place be the chief place where you will find the dead Israelites? The scriptures tell us when it talks about the nations that are confederate against thee, it starts off what? With the tabernacles of Edom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is the primary place where you're going to find spiritually dead jakes roaming around. Yep. Because it's their consent. What does it say? Let us cut them off from being a nation, man. Yep. So this is the place where all their information spreads out from and goes to these other places. You know?
Got some more to have a quote?
Come on.
Yep.
Verse 5, it says, yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. and cannot be satisfied.
It can't be satisfied. You can't satisfy Esau. Esau got all the resources. Esau got everybody under his foot, right? But he ain't satisfied. You see? He ain't satisfied. So that's why what? Oh, you know what? I got the chip people. I ain't satisfied with already owning you. What? I got all y'all got birth certificates. A nation got out of line, I'll bomb you. So everything is given into his hand, as the scripture says. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. But this devil ain't satisfied. He ain't satisfied. Hey, he almost got all the parts of the world that the Lord allows him to have. You see, in these different things. But this devil still want more. You know what? I want to go live in space. You know what? I want to go underwater. I want to see how far I can go. Because so he wants to have it all. He wants to be the ultimate explorer. You see? He wants to have it all, but the Lord already got him in a trick bag. He said, you know what, devil, you can't go that far. You see?
Yeah, really and truly, he goes to space and try to discover these deep parts of the earth because he wants the Lord to do away with his people.
Might give me it's like Jeremiah 30, 35 or 31. It's one of those chapters.
I got a scripture. Isaiah 14, and start at 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? This ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about Esau Edom, man. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
And he's sitting upon us right now, man.
Right.
He's sitting upon the congregation of the Israelites, man. Right? He exalted himself to the stars, or in his throne above the stars. He got the different satellites, different space stations. He got those things, man. To where only the Lord allowed him to go.
Right. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
And that's his mindset. He wants to be as the Most High, man. That's his mindset. Go ahead.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Right. You're going to be brought down to destruction, man.
Yep.
And we see it. We see this place falling, dwindling as we speak. See, but ultimately, we want this place destroyed fully. Okay? Because we want the kingdom. We know the kingdom ushers in once this place becomes obsolete. You see? But these other people don't understand that. They don't understand the concept when they say, we want to be in the kingdom of heaven, or we want, when they say we want Jesus or we want Christ to come back. They don't know what that means. Because what that means is this place has to be destroyed.
Yeah.
What that means is who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is coming back laying down law. Laying down law. He's putting people under his foot. And we're going to be joint heirs. We putting other nations under our foot. You see? Rulership mentality. Kingship mentality. Everything, hey, what it says, everything is going to be in order in earth as in heaven. Do y'all know what that means? That means complete order. Everything is in order in the heavens. Everything is going to be ordered in the earth, man. Women going to be in order. Men of our nation, we going to be in order. You see? All those things must be, and it will be. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically, you desire the day of the Lord, you know. What end is it for you?
Yeah.
Should be darkness and not light, man.
I got to step back to you up, sir. This is Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. It says, And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Right? So, hey, you guys want, I want the Son of the Lord to come back, but you don't know what he's coming back to do. Right? Just as the brother say, he's coming back to lay down the law. He's coming back to judge. Verse 11, it says, And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Right? So this is talking about Yahushua. Right? In righteousness he doth judge and make war. Right? So Yahushua is coming back to make war, man. Right? He's coming down to put all these different rulers, okay, into captivity under his feet. That's why the scripture says, sit at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. This is verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head, and on his head were many crowns.
Yeah, them was the crowns of the other nations, man. See, because the scripture said the Lord is the king, he's the King of kings, Lords of lords. See? All them crowns is about to get knocked off, all those different kings of the nations, man.
I got a precept, but
Oh yeah, you got it already?
no, I got a precept.
It says, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. Right? And his and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was the word of the Most High. So it's talking about Yahushua. And that vesture dipped in blood is symbolic for all the people he's gonna slay when he comes back, man. Right? That's gonna be righteous judgment. Right? That's
Absolutely. Yep. Precept.
Now, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
That's right, man. He is today. He is today. Say it. Read that part again.
He that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
That's right, man. That's what's gonna happen within a blink of an eye with Esau Edom and his whole system and his whole power structure that he has over the earth, man. Right? Bring yours out, bro.
This is Jeremiah 33:20. Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and of my covenant of the night, and that there should not be day and night in their season, then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests, my ministers. Keep going.
No, that ain't it.
that should be it.
Read it over, bro. Public trial.
There shall be neither night nor day, and I shall break my covenant.
Go read it over, bro.
Jeremiah 33:20. Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there should be not day and not in Salakia, there should not be day and night in their season, then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests, my ministers.
Right, so basically, if Esau is able to basically to get it to not have day or night, in order to do that, you gotta destroy the sun and the moon, right? If he's able to get rid of that, then there'll be no more nation of Israel, right? But every day you wake up, the sun comes up, you have day. Every time you go to sleep, the moon comes up, you have night. So the nation of Israel is still here. And Esau can't measure out the heavens. That's the one.
Yep. That's the one. That's the one I was looking for right there. It's
That's the book of and also too, it came out that they can't even get past the Van Allen meteor belt.
Jeremiah 31 and 35. That's the one I want. Right, yeah,
All we know, they can't even get up there.
What is it called? The Van
Allen
I was
belt.
like, yeah, it's too hot, bro. They can't get up there.
Yeah, the radiation and stuff is too great.
Esau talking about I went to the moon. You ain't go to no damn moon, man. See, and then when you see it, it's a green screen, and you can see the flag moving in the back, but ain't no air up there, bro. How the flag move?
That's a good point.
How the flag move, bro? I mean, it's blowing like the brother's garment, bro. You know what I'm saying? But back then, you know, not Jake, but people, you know, they ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they say space is a vacuum. So
Right.
where the breeze coming from?
Right.
That's a good question, man.
Here we go.
It's Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Oh, keep going. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
If those ordinances depart from me, the seed of Israel, which is still here on earth today, then it says we'll depart from the Lord. But if you got up this morning, what? You see the sun? Did you see the sunshine this morning? right? At nighttime, did you see the moon? If you seen all of them, then what that mean? See that Israel's still here. So we still here, Jack. I know what vocab I'm talking about. But then Edom done away with. No, Edom ain't done away with neither, man. There ain't no end of all people. See, because we already know the Romans, so-called Romans, they were Edomites. Oh, y'all take on the Greek and the Roman nationality proudly. Those are Edomites. So when they get done away with?
Yeah, and I think the Shield Squad, not the Shield Squad, but the Shield Squad, I think they came out with even saying that the Israelites wasn't around no more. Or something madness. I heard that be said too. That, the Hebrews ain't around no more.
Only spiritual Israel around.
Right.
Get the hell out of here, man. You see? See, y'all going against the scriptures, man. You err not knowing the scriptures. See, the Israel's still here today, man. And we're doing what the Bible said we would be doing.
How is the Israelites not around when you read in Isaiah 11 where the Lord says he's going to gather his people from the four corners of the earth? He talks about how Ephraim shall not vex Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Right? That's a prophecy that hasn't come to pass yet, man. Right? So how are they done away with?
Right. I believe in Deuteronomy 30 when it talks about how we're calling something like that to remembrance. That's another way to prove that we the Israelites. Alright, so what you got?
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Right? And that's basically the Apostle Paul speaking, man. He posed the question, did the Most High do away with his people? He says no, because I'm an Israelite. I'm from the seed of Israel. So the Israelites are still here.
No, go ahead, bro. You might as well read the verse 4.
All right, where's that?
Y'all good, go ahead.
All right,
Yeah, yep.
Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. It shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahweh thy power have driven thee.
Now who's doing that? The people on his side is doing that. We calling upon those blessings and curses. We're bringing them to remembrance amongst all the nations where we were scattered. Because the Bible spoke about us doing that, man. You see? The Bible spoke about us doing that. Nobody else was doing that. You see? Even the fake Jews in our Holy Land right now, they still ain't doing it. You see? A lot of them Amalekites over there, right? A lot of them don't, majority of them don't believe in the Bible, for one. A lot of them don't even believe in the Messiah. Number 3, a lot of them don't even deal with the Bible. They deal with the Talmud. So come on, man.
yeah, that's because Esau can't live in righteousness, man. Right? What does the scripture say? What does thou have to declare my statutes? Right? That's why they made the Talmud. You know, these different books that are completely opposite to the scripture. Right? Because it doesn't resonate with the spirit.
Yup. Exactly right. Alright, so let's jump back up. Let's jump back. Yup, Isaiah 19.
This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1 again. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt. The idols of Egypt shall melt, shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
I got a precept. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 14, verse 9. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks unto the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the avenging of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by vain glory of men they enter into the world, and therefore shall they shortly, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. And what is that? Spiritual fornication. That's idol worship, man. Idolatry. See, and a lot of people on the side, they are heavy into idolatry, man. See? And what did the Lord say? Thou shalt have no other gods before me, man. You see? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. See? So in doing that, all you jakes is still wrapped around and caught up in this idol worship, the Lord's going to destroy you, man. The Lord's going to destroy you. Because a lot of these things that y'all celebrate, right? A lot of these different feast days and things that y'all are into, it's disguised behind what? An idol. But y'all don't know that, and we're the ones that keep telling you that. It's disguised behind an idol, man. Everything about the whole ordeal, sorry, bro. Everything about the whole ordeal is what? Behind idol worship. Behind that deity. You see? And we try to explain this to y'all, but no, it can't be that. It can't be this. Yes, it is. All Esau did was mask it up and put a false report behind it. That's what he did.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is what he said. Old wise tales.
Wise fables.
Those fables. Right.
Jewish fables.
Jewish fables.
Yeah, and also too, what's brought to mind is during the time of the Gentiles, when they were trying to put all the laws upon the Israelite foreigners that was repenting. Okay, one of the things that they said that they should do to start off was to abstain from fornication, right? So think about what we live in the society we live today, right? Simple things can be fornication, wishing somebody happy birthday, partaking in certain well, if your spirit's really in it,
Well,
partaking
when they said fornication there, they're talking about physically, adultery. Because they also, the first thing they said is to abstain from worship of idols.
Oh, they said worshiping of idols? Oh, okay, calm. Yeah, so yeah, that ties back into keeping certain customs and stuff. Because they all go back to idols. They may not have physically been down to idols, but these different things go back to idol worship, you know? And some of them may have been physically, but then the spirit hopped on them to repent, you know? That's a lot.
Bring yours out first, and then tell the yard yours. I'll be out yours first.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly.
See, the Lord says he hates and despises those feast days, man. Because look, the Lord gave us our own holy days, our high holy days, our own feast days. You see, that meant something to us. You see, like the Passover, like Purim. What up, see, those things meant something to us, and we can look back and tell our kids the history behind that. Like, this is what happened. Look, the Lord delivered us out of Egypt. We had to put the blood on the doorpost. You see, and when you know you received the Spirit, when Yahweh Shai came down, it was covered. Right when he smited the Egyptians. You see, Purim was basically a celebration how we got delivered from another Edomite. What it was, Haman the Agagite? Yep. The Agagite? Whoever that devil name was. They meant different things. There's another one. I can't think of another one off the top of my head. But they all meant something.
Okay, different. Okay.
Yeah, our feast days and holy days meant something. So can you read that again, bro?
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly.
See, so hey, Christmas, right? Thanksgiving, right? And especially and Thanksgiving is a real big one, bro. That Jake is into. Cause Jake, they like eating. But do you know you celebrating the destruction of your people? Your direct line, because a lot of Jake be like, oh well, that was the Indians, that wasn't us. A lot of you niggas are really Seminole Indians or Gadites, Native Americans. That's a lot of you are. I grew up thinking I was Judah, Negro. Well, not thinking it in that specific term, but Negro or black, right? But hey, I'm not Judah. And a lot of Jakes here in Babylon, bro, they think they're Judah. Y'all not Judah, bro. Really, y'all are one from the lost 10 tribes. You see? So that is one of your direct line and your people as a whole that you're celebrating, the downfall and destruction of it. And then you know that because we was taught all that in school. But you know, I want to eat. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to do what I want. That's the mindset of Jake.
Their spirit be all into it too. They be praying and
yeah.
Thank you, God, for this pork and this chitlins.
What do you think? See?
Yeah, hey, just as the brother was saying, man. But a lot of these different holidays, you can tell, you know, you guys don't really read the scriptures, man. Especially when it comes to Christmas. it explains that this is idolatry, man. Right? That this is this is not of the Most High.
Not of the Most High. But what's the false report Esau put on it? Christmas was the day for the Lord to be born, bro.
Yeah, the celebration of the Lord's birthday. Which, hey, the Lord was born around the springtime. Around the time of the Passover.
The Pesach, yeah.
Right?
What they say Esau was born again? I forgot what the shit was about. What did they say Esau was born? Yeah, I know it's Ishtar, but what they...
The death, birth, and
That's what they say?
For
Tal. No, we ain't going into Talmud. The false narrative Esau pushed through our
the
people.
death and resurrection of
the Lord.
Messiah.
Right, that's what they're trying to say. Right, but really, when you look up that word Easter in the Hebrew, the word is Pesach. Well, it's however they say it in the Greek, but it goes back to the Pesach.
And that's when the Lord was born, near the Passover, because when he was born, his mother had to get herself clean again so they can go keep the Passover. And we know that time around the Passover is what? It's, like your brother said, the springtime. It's around March, April, kind of, you know.
I believe it said we had the shepherds out there with their sheep.
Yep.
Right? The sheep don't come outside unless it's warm.
Yeah.
Right, so actually, y'all brothers are talking about Christmas. Christmas was supposed to be the birth of the Lord.
That's what they
and
said.
then Easter was when he died. So he did get persecuted right after the Passover.
Born by the Pesach and died right by the Pesach.
Yeah, so brothers is right, that's when he was really born around. But they say Christmas time, during the dead of winter with all this snow and cold, they say this is when he was born.
Right.
But that's wrong.
It's really that's them worshiping other idols, man.
Yeah.
Winter salt, goes to winter solstice.
Talmud, Saturnalia. These are all the same gods with different names.
It's like, you still got one too. Yeah, you still got one too.
Hosea 2 in verse 11. I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts.
That's right. See? Now what's equated with today? All these different feasts that our people are caught up in, all that's about to come to cease, man. Hey, I'm in the store earlier, Jake talking about July 4th already. This nigga talking about, I'm just sitting there like, nigga, yeah, I can't wait July 4th. I'm like, man, Jake is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, we going through a so-called pandemic. Jake talking about celebrating July fucking 4th.
We're going to grill out.
And you niggas, I ain't gonna go to this.
Make sure y'all vaccine. We're going to grill out.
Yeah.
I can't come if y'all ain't got your mask or y'all vaccine.
Yeah, but that's when, hey, but Jake, bro. Jake like to celebrate Esau's independence, but why don't you like celebrating your own things that was for you, and the deliverance from them destroying your people.
Right, bro. We still ain't free. Jake still think we free. Out. Shackles is on your mind now.
Yep.
And you still slave. Still gotta physically work too. You gotta pay tribute. I got another precept for you. I think you wanted this. Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. Okay, and that's just going into these different customs that Jake have attributed to the Lord. You know, because they do these things and they put it under the guise of this is for God. But really, no, you worshiping idols. You know, might as well be offering up. It even goes into that. A lamb, he that offers a lamb as though he offered up a dog. You know, roughly paraphrasing. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, going into those customs and those feast days. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word of the Lord. Speak, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right? It says, for the custom of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
There you go. So you want to talk about Christmas trees and stuff like that? There you go. But before it says what? Learn not the way of the heathen. So you ain't supposed to be doing that vain custom. See? So yeah, you can say, oh well, it's Christmas in the Bible.
Nah, not really, but it speaks about a custom that they equate with it now. It says, verse 4, they deck it with silver and gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Now, why is it going that deep and saying that? Be not afraid of them. Because Jake was, like, even back then, our people was heavy into idols, man. You see, and different heathens that rose above us, too, was putting these different idols on a pedestal, and Jake would be scared of that shit. You know?
I think with the Christmas thing, the Christmas tree represented Tammuz, right? And then basically, if you wouldn't put presents underneath the tree, Tammuz is he's basically, his spirit come up through the tree to get the presents. If you wouldn't put presents out there, he'd come get you at night, right? Why do you think they got that Santa Claus like? He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake, right? That's all that idol worship, man.
Didn't the tree represent Nimrod and the baby that she claimed that she had from the spiritual? Said that he was reincarnated.
Nimrod was the father, Semiramis was the mother, and
Tammuz was the baby.
Yeah, the baby. The baby is Tammuz. The tree was Tammuz.
Does it?
Oh, it's some weird shit. Like, I don't even know.
I know she was like Nimrod, got reincarnated, and came down and some shit.
Yeah,
Some crazy
it's
shit.
some crazy shit. It's something crazy.
Because the tree, I think, represents like a phallic sign.
They do. It's probably something.
So that's why I was thinking it was the father. But either way, whatever, man. Some crazy ass shit.
Yeah. Hey, and hey, the same one thing also too is that the crucifix actually represents Tammuz, right? You got people walking around thinking that that's a holy symbol, right? Having a crucifix, right? Which the Lord was put to death on, right? The Romans were actually copying the customs of these ancient Babylonians, right? Of these Hamites, right? In their torture customs, man. And that's what they did in worship of Tammuz.
And also, these wicked customs been getting passed on for centuries, man. Because a lot of their customs derive from Egypt. You know, the Egyptians got the Ankh, you know, which kind of resembles a cross, without the little circle at the top of it. So it's just all different variations of similar stuff. And another point. Go ahead.
But yeah,
oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. Then when Wicked Jake started to get into power, primarily Constantine, he tied a lot of those heathen customs and he put them under the guise of being a Christian. He kind of like merged stuff together. He would take temples that was dedicated to other gods, and he would say, okay, you guys are now Christians, you know, so to speak. You guys are Mashiach priests, you know, and to make it more acceptable in the kingdom.
right. Hey, you know what? They did that during the time of the Ptolemies in Egypt. You have they have a deity called Serapis Christus, right? Which really is that image that they have of Caesar Borgia, who you call Jesus Christ, right? Serapis Christus. They use an Egyptian god and a Greek god and formed them together, right? So that both the Egyptians and the Greeks would worship under one supreme god. So they made that themselves, right? They were worshiping the works of their hands, as the scriptures say, right?
I got a precept.
Go ahead, bro. Bring it out.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, and verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Right. So, hey, just as the brother, he gave a list of all these the works of the flesh, man. Right? Worshiping idols, witchcraft, right? Seditions, all these different things are of the flesh.
And then in that case, the sedition goes into rising up against the government that the Most High has established. You know, the leaders of Israel, man, which would be the apostles of great Israel, start with Apostle Aaron down.
Right? And hey, in the worshiping of these other idols, man, just as he said, witchcraft, in Samuel it says the sin of rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Right? Going against the Most High. Right? Worshiping these different idols is witchcraft. Right? And that's what Esau does, you know, on these different wicked holy days, right? Right? Halloween, Christmas, they're doing behind scenes they're sacrificing people and doing these different things, man. Blatantly against the Most High.
Precept.
Go ahead, bro, bring it out.
This is the book of Leviticus 26:1. Ye shall make you no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it. For I am the Lord Yahweh your power.
That's the law, man. You're not supposed to erect any images, okay, to bow down to worship it, right?
Because some people like to say that we worship the image, the more accurate depiction of Yahweh Shai. That's false. We don't bow down to that picture.
Right.
Okay? That's just a more accurate representation for truth's sake.
Right.
You know? So you can have pictures. It's simple. You can have pictures, you can have statues, just if you don't bow down and worship them. That's it.
The King David had statues and all types of things. You see, but he wasn't bowing down to them.
Yeah, there was cherubs on the Ark of the Covenant. Did you worship the cherubs? No. But they was there.
Right. Right. Yep. 19.
This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. The idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, that they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah, it's gonna be Edomites versus Edomites, man. And like the other Malcolm I just said, it's gonna be like high level, high class Edomites versus so-called middle class or lower class Edomites, man. They about to clash. They definitely about to clash because you know, and it been happening all throughout history how Esau used to do it. Esau can't never stay united. They can't never stay united. They always gotta have division amongst themselves, and that's what you're gonna see happening. And this is what Esau wants to create through the people. You know, but
Off the right, it cannot stand.
yeah, Alphabetic cannot stand.
It says, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Just to help y'all understand that a little bit more, right? We equate the Egyptians with Esau and Edom because right now, who is in a power seat? Who is the Pharaoh today? Esau, Edom. See, he's the Pharaoh. He's the king. See, so he's also known as what? An Egyptian.
They even talk about the daughter of Egypt in the scripture. Yep. This place is the daughter of a lot of kings. Daughter of the Chaldeans, daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon, and it's also the daughter of the Egyptians. I think I mentioned Chaldeans already.
Chaldeans,
Yeah,
yeah.
it must be the spirit, but the one precept. This is 2nd Esdras 15-47. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might lead in glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
And I think that right above that, what does it say? War unto the Asia.
Yeah, Jerome, bring the look, yeah. Well, no, I know in the beginning of Second 16, like 1-3 goes into that.
What does it say right above it?
2nd Esdras 15-46. And thou Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person.
Right. So you know that's going into these what is it? Ammonites, Moabites. I always get them mixed up. One of them, the Ammonites or the Moabites, the Asians, probably both of them, because they really patterned themselves after Babylon. You know, all the nations are drunk with like Babylon, but really, who's the first country or place in the mass scale to move to digital currency? Asia, China. I don't think they take cash no more. And they got a system of CCTV or facial recognition on the streets. They moving into the beast system before Esau. You know, they got the digital currency. They got a certain little code now I read about.
They already taking chips over there.
Yeah, they taking chips. I think they got a QR code for your phone, where if your code is red, you can't travel on the bus. You can't do certain things. But if it's green, it's like the chip. It's like a testing zone for the chip. You got the chip, you can travel. You don't, you can't.
All these nations are in cahoots with each other, right?
Yeah.
Put forth this new world order. Yeah, that's why you see that going on in China. You see different countries like India. They're getting they're getting their fingerprint scanned, all their medical information made digital, right? So they can put forth that mark of the beast infrastructure.
And remember that, like, way further than you got, you know what I'm saying?
Like a trumpet. You still got some on yours?
Yeah, I got another piece. This is Revelation 17, verse 1.
That's a spirit. Let's go. I was gonna bring it out, but I closed it. I'm like, I can bring it out, and he told me out. Go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that satteth upon many waters. Verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
God, so that whore that sitteth upon many waters, the waters going into nations. Okay? And like we read earlier, Babylon have been a golden cup in the hand of Yahweh, which have made the nations drunk. So all these nations have committed fornication with this whore. The Babylon the Great, man. America Babylon the Great in particular. Because this is the epicenter of all the cultural stuff that goes out and is mimicked around the world, man. You see? Faggotism gets mimicked everywhere, man. But here you see it rampant. You know? And that's just one of the things, man.
Right. Hey, and you know, I did a video on that earlier this week. This is the how would you say? This is like the radio tower that's sending out that wicked frequency, right? Right? And pushing it on these other nations. You know, you can speak to people from other countries who just come over here, or in other countries, and they'll be like, oh yeah, they thought America was like this, like that. And then you tell them America's not what you think it is. That's on the TV, right? That's a part of Esau Edom's witchcraft. Of pushing this idolatry and wickedness through the TV, the media.
Yeah, that's so. But then it's like this, for real. You look at it, these other nations is only here to make money, bro. They're not here for nothing else but to make money and take it back to feed their people. But it's gonna come a time, as the scriptures say, that they're gonna flee back to their own place, because they're gonna see the destruction of this place. They're gonna see us going downhill and they can't make no money. Because that's what they're here for. So if you can't make no money, it's like it's useless. And that's what that's what they about to come and see very shortly, man. And you got nations already starting to flee because they know this place is out the window, man. But some of them still trying to be greedy, blood suckers like they are, and get their last drop, the last crumbs. And that's why you all is gonna be destroyed here in America, Babylon the Great too. Because you other nations gonna get judged too. Y'all ain't out the mix. You see, we're gonna be putting our foot up y'all ass too. I don't like you demons neither, man. You see what y'all be doing to Jake, all up in our neighborhoods, extorting us, giving us all this bullshit that y'all get, right? Not letting Jake off, or Jake don't maybe need 50% off or something like that. Y'all don't show Jake no love. No. What the hell with you other nations? But hey, this is all about Israel. This platform is all about these people on the sign. See? But the Israel are the most high. See? Because 2/3 of y'all like the video that we just posted. Apostle Rama, 2/3 are a part of the problem, man. Yep. You see? They're a part of the problem. When you start to tell Jake about this beautiful thing right here, and that we got the solutions, you know, to everything. Well, the scriptures, you know, we're just the mouthpieces. Jake like, nah, I'm cool.
2/3 is a bunch of crotchety motherfuckers, man. That's the word I'm gonna use.
Hey, what the scripture say? Give your father the devil.
Yep.
Right? And the lust of your father ye shall do. Right? So who's that talking about? The devil's talking about Esau eating the so-called white man.
Right.
Right? We're trying to push out we're trying to tell you what the solution is, okay, through the spirit of God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But when they hear it, they don't like it. Right? And they're the first ones they're going to be the first ones to rise up against us and try to deliver us to all these people, to our enemy, man. Just like they did Yahushai, man.
You are the father of the devil, right? What does it say about the wicked? He is like a deaf adder that's stopping his ears. You can't tell Jake shit, man. Just a brief example, I was at the post office and I saw this chick, right? She had this little slip. You know, you get the little slip and you miss the delivery and you go pick it up. So at this post office, they tell you every time you come, bro, this ain't the pickup spot. You gotta go around the corner. So I'm trying to save her waiting in line. I'm like, hey, looks like you missed your delivery. You gotta go around the corner. You work here? No, but what they gotta do with anything? I let him tell me. Right? You stay in line here. Yeah. And I hope I remember your ass in that day. Because you're gonna come back and I'm gonna be like, nah, I remember you, bitch. The spirit probably gonna be on me to be like, nah.
And that's on a carnal level.
Yeah.
On a spiritual level, Jake look at us the same way.
Yeah.
We tell them a certain message, they don't want to hear it.
They ain't trying to hear
But when
it.
the devil tells them the same message, they all ears.
Yeah.
When the rich man speaking, man.
Yep.
Because, hey, this devil, he's rich right now. He's living in his blessing, right? Dwelling in the fatness of the earth, right?
Jake don't even want to know what help.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The water y'all about to shot right here. Sirach 13, verse I'll start at I'll get to the point 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look to what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, and that's another thing, in my opinion, why the Lord didn't bring in these different reprobate type of celebrities into this thing, because they rich. So anything they say, Jake is gonna what? Extol it to the clouds. See? It says they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So that's what they're saying to us. You know, because we meek, we humble, you know, we're the lowly, we're poor. So it's like, man, y'all don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. See, and people just, they already think, or they assume that we don't got nowhere to live, like we just bums, like brothers ain't got cars and stuff like that. They just assume that about us. Like they just assume that we just you know, just down to the earth, just bums.
We got the offscouring.
Yeah, we're the offskirt, right?
We the castaway, man.
Yeah. You know?
And ultimately, Jake is hard-headed, rebellious, stiff-necked. You really can't, hey man, you can't really tell Jake nothing, bro. Not certain Jakes, you really can't get them advice on nothing, bro.
Hell no.
They get mad as fuck. Go ahead, bro.
That's right, that's the spirit. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin.
Yeah. Woe to the rebellious children. They ask of Esau rather than inquiring at the mouth of the Lord. And who's the mouthpiece? The prophets on the highways and byways. You know? So they inquiring, they putting their trace, they faith in Esau. Why? Because we're rebellious, man. Jake don't want what's good for them, man. Nope.
Right. It says, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Right. They haven't asked at the Most High's mouth. They don't want to know what Yahweh Shem Yahushai says about it. They want to know what their daddy Esau got to say about it.
Right.
What do the scientists say? You know, what does the DNA say? What does the government say? You know, come test week. We need food. Come test week. No, man. You need to be like, hey, can somebody come help me learn how to grow? What a wild edibles at? Something.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
hey, remember the dude a couple years ago when you start talking about eating different
Wow,
plants of the earth?
yeah.
He said,
You judge my appearance, I'm a big dude. Yo, you ain't eat no vegetables, nigga. What you know about some plants? Nigga, your ass don't eat no plants. Them two, maybe. But you don't eat no damn plants. Get your ass out of here.
Right.
I'm like, bro,
and this brother was into the plants the most.
heavy, bro. I was making stir fry with dandelions and all types of shit. What was you saying? Like, I was doing that shit. Still, me and this bro, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah, we was looking at some.
Looking at more plants. We was identifying, oh, this is edible. You can eat this. I picked up, ate a piece. Yeah, it's all right. So, I mean,
Yeah, man.
but Jake, man.
Jake,
Yeah, I'm gonna hop down to verse 9.
What?
Listen.
What? Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 30. Verse 9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, will say to the seers, right? Seers is another word for prophets. Will say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy to cease.
They don't want to hear the cold, hard truth, which can prepare you for what's coming. They want to hear the sweet, soft thing that's going to leave you unprepared.
Yeah.
Put the blinders on us so we can get snuck in the back of the head.
Yeah. That's why people don't watch the news, because they don't want to deal with reality.
Yeah.
I can't watch the news. There's too much hate. There's too much crime.
Yeah.
There's too many bad things going on. I mean, well, duh.
Hey, that's why you got a lot of Jason in these Christian churches, man.
Oh, man.
God has a blessing with your name on it.
His love for everybody.
Peace and prosperity.
True. When you tell them, I can't believe the Messiah would say that. Captivity? Oh my God. Straight out of his mouth, Revelation 13, 9 and 10.
I'm sorry, but that's no, I'm not sorry. I don't know why I said that. You Christians, like you Catholics and you Christians, y'all gonna have it the worst, man. Because I ain't even gonna talk about the people from Islam. Half of them is niggas anyway, so they already on the bullshit. You people that's in Christianity and Catholicism. Oh man, y'all got the most docile spirit in the world. Y'all have no clue. Y'all unprepared. Y'all just already got it set in stone where I'm saved. Nothing will happen to me. I'm in the best case scenario. Their mind is they're in the best case scenario.
Yeah, and they're optimistic for Babylon continuing. It's like, oh yeah, everything's gonna go back to normal. There's nothing to worry about. Everything's gonna get better, right? But the scriptures say there's more evil and pestilence coming.
Christians, man, they be like, and there's some zealous ones out there, man. Everything they do, they always say God and God and God. Everywhere they at, they get loud. You know what I'm saying? They preaching. Yes, brother, he has a blessing for you. But then, really, at the end of the day, they're rebellious. They don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't think they need to. And then when you try to correct them, you know, no, you don't prophesy smooth things. That ain't the truth. That can't be the truth. But man, it's crazy because some of them are sincere, and may the Lord get you out of that. You know what I'm saying? He may wink at your ignorance for a while, but if you don't repent, you got the same judgment coming that these wicked these Edomites do, and the rest of the two-thirds.
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me, and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him.
Right. So hey, you're gonna know that there was prophets once these different calamities start hitting you, right? Now these different pork chop eating pastors in these churches, they're prophesying peace and prosperity. But as we can see, you look around the world, you don't see peace and prosperity coming. Right? They're prophesying everything's gonna be peaceful, but you have war and pestilence already happened around these other countries. And it's slowly creeping into America, man. It's already here. Right? So they're not true prophets, they're false prophets, because they're not speaking according to the words of the Most High.
I got it. Jeremiah 6:14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace.
Right. Peace, peace when there is no peace. Right? There's no peace coming to America. Right? There's only destruction. right? Calamity, right? And when that time comes, all you Israelites, you niggas out there, you didn't want to listen to the counsel of the Lord, right? The Lord's gonna have his men laugh at you, man. Right? You're gonna be had in derision because you consented unto Esau.
Right. Ezekiel 13:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit, and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither have ye made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the day of the battle of Yahweh. So these false prophets, man, they preaching deceits. They're not preparing you for the day that's coming. You know what I'm saying? They're preparing you that the day of the Lord is soft and weak and peaceful and happy. The scriptures tell you otherwise. They have seen vanity and lying divination. Jump in with y'all got something.
I got it.
Saying, the Most High saith, and the Most High have not sent them.
Right. That's what they say in these churches.
Everybody gotta
That's
go
what
through
they
Christ.
say. The Most High said this. The Most High said that. Nah, man. See? They be speaking falsely, man.
Yep.
You know, they not speaking of really what's to come. They're not helping build a protection or a hedge over the people. What we doing with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah is what? Help them put on that hedge of protection for our people. See? These people don't know not to repent. See? Or they don't really know the true meaning of to repent. Or they don't know the true meaning about the Bible. Or having faith or things like that. They don't know that. They don't know nothing about people being washed by the word. Or was it the true baptism? They don't know that.
Ezekiel 13:6 again, they're finishing it up, and they have made others to hope that they will confirm the word. So they got people really hoping and believing in the words that they're putting out there. Let's skip to verse 10. Because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. And lo, one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar.
Untempered mortar. So basically, it's like, I didn't know heard the story of the three little swines. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you see how one built his house with what was it? Straw?
Sticks, yeah, straw.
Straw and sticks. You
Yeah.
could have liked that to untempered mortar because guess what? That means it's not going to stand. You see? That's why when the wolf came and blew that thing down, he blew it down with ease.
Right. Through the spirit of thought came into my mind that word temper. So we're supposed to be temperate. We're supposed to have temperance. But that goes into being balanced, having discipline, self-discipline and self-control, and being balanced. And there's no balance in the Christian church. God is all love to Christians, and people support that. They building up these walls of falsehoods. God is all love. I'm good. I can eat my boat.
He's all about loving. This is all about loving.
You're gonna forgive me no matter what.
So when you talk about the bad things in the scriptures, what do they say? Well, no, he wouldn't do that, so it had to be Satan.
Yep.
So now, you give the Satan credit for the things that the Lord did. You know? That's what they do.
God. Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith ye have daubed it? Where's all that stuff that I thought you was built up? I thought you had faith. Where's all that stuff you said? That he was all love, that you could just keep eating that fucking pork and keep smoking and committing adultery, and he wasn't gonna kill your bitch ass.
Yeah.
Where is that now?
Where's that dog? Yeah.
I thought the wall was solid, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what? You can see that now. If you Christians so-called believe in God, why are you so scared?
Right.
Why are you so scared of the coronavirus?
Where
man?
your faith at?
Where's your faith? Did you not read, what's that, Psalms 91? He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High
God.
shall dwell under the shadow of the Almighty.
They don't know that, bro.
Huh?
They don't know what that means,
The
bro.
plague shall not come nigh thy dwelling. Pray that is
Right.
Delivered, basically protect you from the pestilence that walk in darkness.
God, yep. 1,000 shall fall at thy left hand, or 10,000 at thy right, but shall not shall come nigh unto thee. What about that?
Throw all walk through the valley of the shadow of death. They don't know that's talking about Air Babylon the Great.
So don't.
They don't know. They just being parents, man.
They be embarrassed, man. They be all into trying to be all zealous, but they don't know what it means. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, my heart shall fear no evil. What about? Well, why aren't you saying that now, man?
Hey, some of them is. There was one pastor said it wasn't nothing, then they killed his ass. Well, he caught coronavirus and died. Well, most of the people that's dying from coronavirus be in the hospital. You know, tell them what they doing, man. So one more on this. Ezekiel 13 and 14. So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. So the foundation wasn't built soundly on the true principles of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It was built on that bullshit. And so not only is the wall going to fall, the foundation going to be discovered, and it's going to fall too. Because really it's built on sand like the scriptures go.
I was just thinking about that right there, that one, yo. Something about y'all.
Try to preach that real quick, man. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Yeah, you see that happening a lot between different Israelites, you know what I'm saying? They be on fire, they in the fold, they doing what they doing, right? But then seducing spirits coming, wipe them away. You got some Israelites get bugged out behind the flat earth doctrine. We seen groups fall out behind the flat earth doctrine. What's the other one? The recent one, the brothers in
With the mushrooms.
no, not that bug out, dude. The ones that fell out behind the Sabbath.
Oh, right.
They fell out behind the Friday and Saturday, sundown Sabbath.
They was in Great Milton.
Yeah. One of the brothers in the islands. Yeah, they fell up at, you know what they were listening to, right? Church of Yahushua. Them other dudes in England. Them proud ass niggas over there. So people get bugged out like this. You see? The ones I don't need a teacher. Those type guys.
That don't sound like it's
It
supposed
don't
to
sound like it's supposed to be happening. It's like a misfire, backfire.
I got
Jake
this.
trying to stunt me. Shit fucked up. Go ahead.
This is Hosea 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt not be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High, I will also forget thy children.
Yeah, this knowledge right here, the Holy Scriptures, they don't look at it as beneficial to them. You know? They don't look at it as beneficial to them. They look at it as everything of what now? What is going to help me now? But they don't know that spiritually it is helping them now. You know, it's starting to build protection for them. You know, ultimately it could be like their salvation, for them to repent, return to the Lord. But Jake look at it like, man, no, it ain't. They don't see the benefits of it, you know, quick as they want to.
That's done away with. That's the Old Testament.
Yeah. Then you got that too. You know, that wicked Christianity spirit where it's you know, you don't gotta believe in the Bible, or you don't have to do this whole role.
Yeah. But even in the New Testament, it tells you that all scriptures were written for
One time we're written for our learning.
that's one of them, but it also talks about are good for edification, for doctrine, for correction. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
All scripture.
All scripture.
All of them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's given.
All
Exactly.
scripture is
Brothers
given.
know what that said.
Yes, sir.
Right. Hey, what does it say? War coming.
The volume of the book is written to me.
Right.
Huh.
So, hey, man, if you're gonna believe, and notice where John 7:38 it says, "He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his mouth shall flow rivers of, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." Right? The rivers of living water is the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. Right? But he didn't say if you believe on the New Testament, because at that time the New Testament was being written. Right? So what were they using? They was using the Old Testament. So it's the same thing. It's the same concepts all throughout the book, man.
Really, you rejected part of the Messiah. Really, like, anyway, it's like, but really, he's the word made flesh, man. So you rejecting half of the Messiah if you only deal with the New Testament. And then there's even prophecies written about him that still got to come to pass in the Old Testament. So you're not believing on him as the scripture is saying when you ignore, what is that, Isaiah 66, 65? We talked about them that eat swine flesh.
Bro, I got you right here.
You already holding that?
I'm already holding.
So when you ignore stuff like that, you denying the Messiah, man.
Uh-huh.
2 Timothy 3, verse 14. But continue thou in the things that thou hast learned, has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise into salvation through faith, which is in the Mashiach Yahushua, right? And this is also know that we were supposed to be groomed up in the Holy Scriptures. That's why it says from a child. We were really supposed to be groomed up in the Holy Scriptures, but you know, it happened to where we got casted out of our land. Right? All the curses came upon us. We got casted out of our land. You know, we started getting devised into the different devised idols and different things like that. You see? So ultimately we became what? We went into this last week. We became Gentiles. Through what? Spiritual fornication, idolatry. So we what? We lost our way. You see? Lord ended up what? Taking our name from us. He ended up telling Jeremiah we lost our heritage. See, so what? We became Gentiles. We were growing up as Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans. See? And its respective time how the Lord has said it. But now we're in the time of what? It's about to be time to go home. So before it's time to go home, what gotta happen? The prophets gotta come out and speak. The Israelites gotta wake up. The ones that's dry bones. See? The elect gotta be sealed. America gotta be born. The elect gotta be sealed. America gotta be destroyed. You see? With them doing that, the elect being beamed up, and then do everything else happening in its order. The elect is gonna what? We populate the earth. You see? Yahushua coming back, everything in its respective order. I ain't so about how but. Right. But we were supposed to learn these scriptures from a child. So, and that's why the scriptures what? Train up a child in the way he should go. Verse 16, as the brother was saying, all scripture is given by the inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, to reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So when you come at a Christian, tell them like, look, brother, according to the scriptures, most I set up a law where you shouldn't eat pork, shouldn't eat crab, shouldn't eat shellfish, shouldn't do these things that defile your temple. And they say, that's done away with. Wait a minute, you're saying it's not profitable. But the scripture just said it's profitable. You're saying it has no profit. That don't got no profit. It said all scripture.
Yeah, just a quick precept, Proverbs 23. It says, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, right? And going into equity, that word means evenness, right? Basically being balanced, right? But that's a foundational thing to understand, right? That the Most High is He's balanced. That's why you have righteous angels and you have wicked angels, right? That's why you have these different things, up and down, left and right, right? That's why you have righteousness and wickedness. That's why you have Esau and Jacob. And these Christians don't understand that.
Yeah, you gotta remember, he created both Satan and he created the righteous side. Yahushua, Michael, Archangel, like the Lord said, the righteous enemy. Satan came before the throne of the Most High and he answered all the questions. Yeah. What you been doing? I've been chilling. I've been going up and down to the earth doing this, doing that. He didn't say, what you want?
Right, what you about to do?
What you talking to me for? I thought you knew it all. Why don't you tell me what I've been doing? He didn't buck up. He answered the question.
Yeah, and he said what? He came as a
son of the God with the ram throne.
He said Satan came also with him. Right? So Satan is the son of the Most High.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Right? The Lord, hey man, the Lord got Satan to do his dirty work.
Yup.
Right? You got Satan to do his dirty work.
Yeah, man.
Right? But the Lord, he still favors righteousness.
And as we talked about when it's referring to Esau, he has set his bounds that he cannot pass. How much more the spiritual? That's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon. And he also, like with Job, had boundaries that he couldn't pass. said, you can touch his flesh, but don't kill him. Gave him them boils and took everything else from him, but he couldn't have his life. So what make y'all think that there's some good versus evil where Satan might can win?
That's ridiculous, man. Don't you Christians say the Most High is omnipotent,
All powerful,
all powerful,
all knowing.
all knowing? Don't you think if Satan was going to rebel against him, he knew that he was going to do it? Right? The Lord is all powerful. He controls the left hand and the right hand, bro.
That reminds me of an example when I designed my game. What you think Satan and the other angels was whispering? Come on, we gonna rebel, we gonna leave. Come on, man. The Most High, when the Most High came to Adam and them in the garden, he already knew what was done. Where you at? Where you at?
It was already set up for him to go off.
It was.
Right? Just like I read in Proverbs about equity, right? You gotta know you gotta be a good judge. You gotta know the left hand and the right hand.
Yeah.
You gotta know righteousness and wickedness. Right? So that's why that happened. Right? So the Lord is making his people to be perfect judges, man.
Even Solomon said, I made myself to know righteousness and to know folly. Yep. And all this vanity. Yep. Yep.
We need that Psalm 19. Isaiah 19. Psalm 3. You got verse 3.
Verse 3. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3. The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall speak to idols, to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards.
Right. See? So that's what Esau's going to go do. That's what he's going to try to do because, hey, just like Pharaoh was doing in ancient Egypt, right? What did he say when Moses was doing his thing? He went to his council. Like, well, wait a minute. You got that? Well, I got that too. So that's what Esau going to do. Things when we start hitting the fan, he was like, all right, let me go talk to my Stargate. Let me talk to my.
I think it was called. What was the guy's name? Was it Jeffries and Jeffries?
I think I believe so.
Yeah, because he had Moses doing spiritual power on the right hand, and you had them doing it on the left hand.
Yeah.
But if you notice how when he cast his rod down, his snake ate up their snakes, right? So the right hand is more powerful than the left hand.
And that's what Esau, you good, bro, because that's what Esau gonna do. Esau gonna want answers. So he gonna be trying to stop things himself. So he gonna what? He gonna call upon his left hand wickedness. You know? Bring yours out.
Yes. Psalm 33 and 10. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in Yahweh, mercy shall compass him about. Be glad in Yahweh and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart.
I'm wondering, I'm like, it wasn't connected. I'm like, wait a minute.
Psalm 33 and 10. Salaki. Says, the Most High bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Most High standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. So his counsel stands forever, man, to all generations. So if his counsel was at one point, you shouldn't eat these certain things, what make you think he's going to change that? Even in the New Testament, I think that's Hebrews 6, or I think it's Hebrews 6 or Hebrews 12, it talks about the immutability of his counsel, where he can't change. It's not going to change. It's not going to metamorphosize. The Most High is not a man that he should lie. And it also tells us in the New Testament there's no shadow of turning with the Most High. He's not. There's no changeableness in him. Okay.
Read it again.
Psalms 33 and 10. Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect.
Right. See, going along with it says in Isaiah the 19th chapter, he's going to make their counsel to fail. He's going to make their whole counsel to fail. He's going to bring it all to naught, because that's what they're going to rely on. They're going to rely on their spiritual wickedness on the left-hand side. See, but it's all going to fail right before their eyes. See? See, the Lord got them in a trick bag where he's letting them get to a point like, you know what? I'm about to execute it, you know, just like, let's see, you know, let's say a basketball game, right? Or whatever, right? There's what? somebody got fouled, 1 second left, they on the free throw line, right? It's 99, it's 99, 99. They got 1 shot left to get the game winner. Then they fold. They shoot it. They try to buckshot it. It hit the rim. It starts spinning, and then it fall right off. That's how it's gonna come to naught. Just when you think you're gonna take and get that win, it was snubbed right before you. You see? Oh yeah, Job 20. Job 20. Right? So that's what's gonna happen. The Lord's gonna bring their whole counsel to naught, man. Back on you, Daniela.
Precept for you. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. Mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Right? It says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right? It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, and the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before it.
Yeah, see, even all those things you got, that false counsel you got on your side, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna mean nothing. They ain't gonna be able to stand before me. Just like how Moses did when the Pharaoh went to go get his logistics, right? It wasn't able to stand to the counsel of the Lord, man, because he had Moses prevail over that. Yeah. See, just like the Spirit of the Lord and everything that the Lord got going on is going to prevail over everything he's already had.
Right? When you think about it, man, Satan's playing like a double agent. Right? They're up there worshiping the spiritual demon Satan and doing all this witchcraft, but Satan worked for the Most High.
Yeah.
He got you tricked. You're in the trick bag. So that's why you're getting different, your different witchcraft and astrology. Right? None of that's gonna work, man. Because the Lord in control of everything.
Right. On both sides of the same problem. Hey, the scriptures even tell us that the spirits that created from vision, they ready to follow the command of the Most High to satiate his anger. Yep. I got that precept, Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked, which goes into the laborers, shall come upon him.
Right, he should be in straits. He should be in trouble. He's going to be in trouble on every side.
When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Oh, see? Why he trying to finish his little meal, man? See, why he trying to finish his New World Order agenda? Most High going to rain on his parade, as I always say, man. You know what I'm saying? We trying to go grill out. It's nice and sunny as you see it now. It's raining out of nowhere, man. Yeah. So you trying to keep that fire lit, fire can't stay lit. See, so that's how the Lord gonna rain on that thing.
Hey, and just like where it says Jacob is the beginning of the world and Esau
Esau is the end of the world, and
Jacob is the beginning of that follow it.
Right? When Jacob took hold of Esau's heel, right? That's symbolic of pulling Esau out of power, right? What's the word Jacob mean in the Hebrew? Yaiquab, right? Right? Which means to supplant, or literally to take by the heel, right? To take from behind, right? So the Lord's gonna use Yahushai, okay, and the elect to get over on Esau. He ain't gonna see it coming. It says the scripture says the Lord's gonna come as a thief in the night.
I think even when referring to the Israelites, the elect, he said they shall be among them as lions in the midst of wolves. If I'm not mistaken, but yeah.
Talking about in Deuteronomy.
I think he said Judah shall be a terror unto them. And,
We should be a terror unto them. We should be, so it'll make our hands sufficient for us, and we should be in the midst of all people.
That's a difference. But yeah, either way, the elect are going to get the spiritual power, and they're going to fuck these nations up if we be a part of that number.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. It says the paper reads by the books, by the mouth of the brooks. And everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away and be no more. The fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the water shall languish.
Yep, and that's all dealing with all those different fishermen right now, right? Hey, the fishing, the different, what they call them, the wayfaring men, these different seamen, they hurting right now, man. They hurting because the fish life is dying tremendously out in the Pacific Ocean and things like that. And it goes with Esau destroying the ecosystem, man. See? It's a domino effect, man. You take certain animals, you take certain species out the waters, like we always go into it. The Lord made different animals or beasts or fowls of the air or different sea life. They all do different specific things on the earth that needs to be done. Some clean it, some fertilize it, right? They all got its own purpose, but it all works together as in one. You see? So when you take one out of the picture, or you diminish them to the point where they can't do their job, it's a cause and effect. You see? So the different sea life is dying because, like we say, the coral reef, majority of that, over 50% of that is done. Right? You got the oil spills, you got all the trash in the oceans. You see, you took out the different sea creatures that clean the earth. So the fish down there, the ones that don't clean it, they're all down there getting polluted behind all the bacteria and shit that's killing them. Because the ones that's supposed to clean it, they're not there. So there's not enough of them there to do the proper job. So there's different things, radiation from submarines, all that, different things. You see, but it's a domino effect. Okay, it's a domino effect. So yes, the fishers are mourning. Fishers are not getting that abundance as much as they used to. And on top of that, they overfish. Those different boats to be gathering all those different, sea life, they're overfishing, bro. You see? Overfishing. So of course it's going to, they've been doing this for what, decades. So of course it's going to be none. You see? And it's going to just continue to go further and further down, man, to the different species.
Right. Wicked bear food and keep them warm. Yep. Right? They overdo everything, man. Like we just read it earlier, man.
Not being satisfied.
Not being satisfied.
What, bro?
Verse 8. The fishers shall mourn. Verse 9. Moreover, they that work in fine flax and they that weave networks shall be confounded. Hey, what just happened, man? That's China, right? Everything you get is made in China.
Mostly, yeah.
It says, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof. All that make sluices and ponds for fish. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools, and the counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise and the son of the ancient kings? It says, where are they? Where are the wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts hath proposed, so I can have purpose upon Egypt.
Right. So where's the wise men? Where's the wise men from Tina? Where's it? We need to know. We need to know what the hell is going on out here, man. That's what they gonna want to know. So where's all your wise men? Where's your astrologers? Where's your what they call them, warlocks? Where they at? We need to know what the hell is going on. We need answers, right? I got precept back to up. The book of Job 12 verse 17 says, he leadeth counselors away, spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. You see? So all these different counselors, right? He's leading them all spoiled. Okay? All of them will be good for nothing. You see? Because see, they was counselors of doing their own thing. You see? Meanwhile, the Lord had them doing what he wanted them to do to ultimately destroy this place. That's it.
Right, you can even see that too, like with the wisdom being perished from the counselors of this place, man, because that's all going into America, Babylon. That's great. the counselors of Esau, Edom. Especially right now, you can see because they split between some people opening stuff up and some people further shutting stuff down. You know what I'm saying? And these Edomites is mad as hell about this shit, man. They had a protest where some people were standing in front of a government building, armed, saying, "Let us in, let us in." You know? You know, so and stuff is ramping up. Texas, talking about they gonna open their beach, and then somewhere in I think it was California, talking about closing their beaches. Some states is extending the close down, and some places is opening up. So where's the wisdom at? The council at? Where's the unity at? You know?
Right. This is 19 and verse 13. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They that also seduce Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering in his vomit.
Right, so what are the ones that are the stays of the tribes in Egypt? In this place, America, Babylon the Great, also known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt. The government. The government is the stay of the tribes here. They're the ones that control how the food gets distributed. They control the medicine. They control whether you can come out your house or not. As we see with this whole thing going on, whether you got to wear a mask or not. Okay? So this is the stay of the tribes thereof. But it just said that the wisdom as counsel of the council has perished. The wisdom has perished from these people that are the stay of the tribes here. You know? And the Lord mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Of course, we typically use that to go into the perverseness, the fornication, you know, spiritual adultery, the homosexuality and things. But it's all twisted up. It's all perverse. You know?
Verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over.
Next one, too, the one I was talking about earlier. It said the land of Judah shall be a terror unto it, right?
It says, in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he hath determined against it.
Right. Brothers is going to be spiritual powers. You know what I'm saying? Eventually. Now, let's say the land of Egypt, so it's kind of weird. I mean, the land of Judah, but what would that be? Got to be talking about the people, right? They're going to be afraid. Got to be talking about the people. So, yeah, hey, the elect is going to get spiritual powers, man. People is going to be in fear, you know?
How you brothers doing? How y'all doing?
We all right. The Lord purposed that to happen. He lives up that standard. It's going to be through, man.
Shift gears. All right, the book of Revelation 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with them 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. Might you read scripture where that's at? How you can tell who the 144,000 is? So one time, who are the 144,000? But what people they come from?
The land of Israel.